Welcome to Hey We're Talking, and it's me, Scotty D, in the house, and I got Jayson Dagner, I got Derek Tant, I got Bob Peel, excuse me.
What
Scott's
up?
In the house.
What up, fake intro? Cheers.
Yeah. I feel like we just saw you. It's so awesome that you're here. So, Derek, between when we had a little break here, he had this very insightful question he wanted to ask you. Derek, go ahead, ask the question again.
How's the pipe business, Jason?
Oh, how's the pipe business?
Oh, that's a great question. Way to lead into this show.
The pipe business is fantastic. We just we do what we do.
I was wondering if he was gonna try to stick to what he said the first time around, but I'll just bring it out there.
We just tell people, and we tell people what we do and about it, and what we're really into is doing our motorcycle events. We just got done doing Bike Week for 10 long fucking days, and it only felt like about 4. It went by so fast.
Dude, what happens at these bike weeks? Because when they put them in movies and TV shows and stuff, it's just total freaking debauchery. So is it really like that, or is it is it all these old people that like bikes now, or is it just mayhem, or what's it really like?
This is what I tell you. It's kind of like going to Vegas. When you go to Vegas, you don't talk about Vegas.
You don't talk about Bike Week.
When you go to Bike Week, you live it, and you take it with your soul when you leave the fucking land. If you want to know about Bike Week, you have to come to Bike Week.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
And I always tell people, if there's one thing that you never thought you would do in your lifetime, you should do something different and go to fucking Bike Week.
Dude, listen, here's the thing. I've thought to myself many times, I would like to go to things like that I've never done in my life just to see what it's like. But part of me is okay, I walk in there, this big old dude, no bike experience, and are they going to just are they going to rail me? What are they going to do to me?
God, everybody is cool. Everybody's cool. And, you're just one of those people that are there for their first time, and everybody is fucking rooting for you.
What they want is for you to jump into the Brotherhood. They want you to just embrace everything and be part of it. That's all. Yeah. I've been to several bike shows and bike rallies and rides and all kinds of stuff, and people are just cool. They're fun to hang. They just want people to hang out.
I could sit here and tell you about it all day long, day for day, but the thing is, you just have to come to one and experience it. It's it's kind of personal,
Yeah. I can appreciate that.
Let me tell you, it's very fun, and you will go home with fantastic memories and visions. Yeah. We me and Elaine one night, we closed the tent probably about 11:30 one night.
Nice.
Rate me? Here, shit. I'm gonna give myself a fucking 10 on that one.
I was gonna say that's a 10, dude.
All right, it's hanging out with you.
See.
So we closed up the tent. Dad went to bed, and me and Elaine, we like to go on adventures. Let's just go fucking exploring. So we went down to the bar, checked out the bands, and we just weren't feeling the loud noise that night, and went across the street to see what was going on that side, and security sits there at the gate all night. They monitor everybody that comes in and out, and just some good old boys hanging out, freezing their ass off. They had a little fire going. And me and Elaine went over there and just hung out, got to meet them, found out where they're from, shot the shit, and went back to the tent, grabbed a bottle of Jim Beam. Had more people come. We met this group of guys from Georgia, 3 younger kids, probably in their early 20s. They got on their fucking bikes and rode to Daytona Bike Week, and we were the first thing they saw. And we just showered them with Jim Beam and good stories, and we were friends the entire weekend because they were hanging out there at the campground.
That's awesome.
It was awesome.
Jason, I do have a question about the bike lifestyle. I have never ridden a motorcycle, but I am interested. My wife is actually interested, but I've never done it before. What's the first step? We have the oldest the oldest Harley Davidson dealership here in Texas. In my hometown, and we've been there, and it's cool. But what's the first step if you want to try to get into that?
A lot of people do that. They've never even touched a motorcycle. They'll actually go buy a $40,000 motorcycle, then go take the class.
Nope.
And it's like, it's not the smart thing to do. And safety is the key to motorcycles. The best thing you could do is get a four-wheeler. If you've never ridden a four-wheeler, clutch lever, 5-speed, 4-speed, whatever. Learn the mechanics, learn your timing, and once you get on the motorcycle, you have that down. And
okay. That's
so
actually amazing advice.
It is. And the rest of it is, when you go to these classes, they're going to tell you to use both brakes and everything like that. When you are slow maneuvering that bike under 10 mile an hour, don't touch that front brake. Use the back brake, drag the back brake. You keep the revs up, you drag the clutch, slip it a little bit, and it will balance itself. You can sit there and do a 90-degree turn within 6 feet. Look where you're going, your bike follows you. Just like anything. You play baseball, you look at the ball, you look where it's going to go. Boom, you hit it with a bat. It goes that way.
The cool thing is, Eric, you could probably go to that Harley dealership and they've got a class. They start you off on a very small motorcycle and basically just run through the whole class and teach you all the basics.
Here's the thing. Derek, I would recommend maybe paying a little extra money and having somebody one-on-one give you a course. Don't do it with a group of people, because you're going to have that one person in the bunch that's got whiskey throttle and is fucking nervous and is all on the front brake and is constantly going down, and that stresses everybody else out when they see that. They're like, oh, fuck, I don't want to do that, So it's if you can find somebody or a company, I don't know. I mean, I've never looked into it. But somebody to just give you lessons, just like swimming, or, take personal lessons and prepare yourself. And once you get the bike down, now you've got to prepare your mind for the road. Every car you see could potentially kill you. And now you've got to map this out in your head and figure out the mindset that you've constantly got to stay in. You can go through different levels, and that's how people get in accidents.
And the one thing I've always said is I'm not worried about my ability to ride a motorcycle. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about other people. So I could be as safe as I could possibly be, and I'm not going to cause an accident. It's somebody that doesn't even look left and pulls out in front of you. I had people local, think of a shopping plaza. I had the right of way coming into the plaza, on the T intersection. They've got the stop sign. But if I would have just went full speed, they would have clobbered me because the lady just blew right past the stop sign. So that's the one thing is people we all know they're on their phones. They're distracted by the radio, by kids. Some people are just terrible drivers and they just don't pay attention.
I'm a motorcycle accident survivor. I survived it very, very close.
Hey, Elaine.
Well, better stick to the beer. I get a margarita, I'd go crazy on here.
That's fine. Go crazy.
All right, here, I'll trade it in for a margie.
Oh boy, look out! Look at that.
I had a margarita last
So what
night.
happened in your accident? If you are okay saying what happened?
Yeah, I tried to avoid it. I was going down our local highway 441 in Leesburg. And there was, at the time, this was in 2001. It was January 11th, 2001. I'll never forget. And at the time, there was an Olive Garden and U-Haul rental station, and it was a little side road. Well, this was before it went like 4 lanes. It was only 2 lanes on each side. And there was a median up this way, but he had to go against traffic, which there were no cars coming, and where he should have went down to the fucking red light and did a U-turn. So he went against traffic, and I'm cruising left lane. And I see this asshole, and I'm like, fuck! And I'm brake leaning right to try to avoid it, and he just fucking went straight out and clocked me. T-bone me.
Wow.
And my left knee, so picture, here's my bike, here's my legs, and this car hits me like this. So my knee popped out like a zit. This knee snapped over here and ripped the gas tank off. And at the same time, my arm went into the van and shattered my whole arm like glass and then threw me. And, I had, my femur was broken, my ankle, my nerve was severed. That's the thing people forget. That's the thing people forget. There is no protection on a bike. I mean, you can wear a helmet if you want to and this and that. But other than that, But let me tell you, I had a leather jacket on, and I had no road rash.
Well, yeah, you could, of course.
All that stuff, though, it's like, okay, no road rash.
No road rash.
Well, I had a helmet on, too, but it split the helmet right in the back. But it saved my life.
Yeah, I mean, we can only protect ourselves so much, and obviously a car's got tons of protection around it, and people frustrate me every single time I ride. Every single time I ride, there's at least one person that comes close to cutting me off or pulls out in front of me or does something, changes a lane, and doesn't notify it. It's crazy.
If I have to go through the city, I'm the asshole on the road because I don't put up with their bullshit, and I'll fucking rip it through there and get out.
Yeah,
you have to.
Yeah,
I can't believe. I don't know if it's like this where all of you guys live, but here in South Carolina, man, there's no law against you being on your phone or texting or whatever while you drive.
I don't think we have that here. Maybe, I don't know.
But people do, man, and they fly through red lights and freaking almost ram into you, and it's just like, dude, get a clue. What the hell?
When me and Elaine go into Orlando, I mean, I watch everything. You see it all down there in the city. These people, we watch so many accidents. I mean, I try to get them on that storyboard. Every time we're in downtown, I got the fucking phone on waiting.
So,
dude,
Jayson,
just put a GoPro on your helmet and just record every freaking thing that happens while you're in that city stuff.
I got my GoPro, but sometimes I don't like using it. I just like to go out and do my own thing. Like in my backyard here, which is my back roads, like I'm right outside of the city. And I'm on a county road, and I have some of the best roads in Florida in my backyard. And I can just go out, rip these fucking back roads, all ass. I got straightaways to do wheelies. We got corners, and there's really no cars out there. So that's my playground. Like, that's like me going to the skate park. Like, one day I'll go to the park, next day I'll get on my bike, and I'll just go rip through the fucking back roads.
Dude, so first of all, we got to say one thing. I'm sorry, Bob. I got to tell him this because people have to see his YouTube videos. Cheers. You do have some pretty sweet like wheelies and stuff on YouTube. Are those on Dagner Performance or are they on Smoking Dagners or what are they on?
Thank you, babe. It's on. Huh? Oh yeah, it's good. Better than that fucking Bahama Breeze bullshit I had last night. Elaine makes the best fucking margarita. I mean, every time we go out, I like to order a margarita. They tune me up pretty good, and they always taste like a fucking bag of ass.
So which one are your motorcycle things on?
Well, my original YouTube channel was Dagner Performance, and I don't even remember when I started it, but I was just going to put skate video, and at the time I had my own motorcycle business, and I was going to make videos, how-to videos. Okay, you want to do a clutch on your bike? I'll show you how to do it really easy, really fast and efficient and cheap. And I had I was just going to, because I was doing this stuff every day, all day, so I was going to film it. But when you're doing this stuff, you don't want to film it at all. Like, it's a pain in the ass. It takes, when you're working on a motor or building a bike, doing whatever, you're in the zone, you're focused, and that's all that you want to do. You're not thinking about, oh, well, I got to stop what I'm doing. I got to set the camera here. I got to get back in the zone. Like, I get into a routine, and when I start working on my bike, I don't want to stop if it's a project that I'm doing. It's an obsession, but it's fun, and it satisfies me mentally like skateboarding does. That's how I have to get my fix, I guess. It's my drug of choice.
Right on. And I do appreciate you with the tips and the ideas, especially with start with the four-wheeler so that you can get the transmission and stuff like that down. I have 2 acres here that I could ride on with a four-wheeler, so that'd be a good idea.
Well, like pipes is the same thing. Like we genuinely like pipe smoking. It's relaxing to do after all the shit that I fucking do. And I enjoy it. I love it. And, you got so many different you got so many quarters in a whole of the pipe community. You got certain sections. And, some people kind of feed off one and try to create this circle. where it should all just be one thing, one thing.
Agreed.
You enjoy that pipe that you prefer, just like the shoes that you wear. And the steaks that you choose to eat, or the steak sauce you put on it, is your tobacco. And people get so fucking mad when people don't like what they like. It's like, shut the fuck up, you idiot. Like, listen to yourself. Like, it should be just one thing, one thing. You see somebody smoking. Anytime I see somebody smoking a pipe, I was skating downtown Mount Dora, and down by the lake, this old man had a pipe. I stopped what I was doing. I'm like, hey, I'm a pipe smoker too. What are you smoking? And, he told me.
I've approached so many people, and that's the first thing I say is, what are you smoking? And then they kind of look at me, and I raise my pipe, and they're like, oh, okay, that's a different person there. It's a fellow.
Guess what he was smoking? Carter Hall in an old bent Graybo. This thing had so much buildup, it was coming out of the top of the pipe. And I was just like, man, if I had a pipe on me right now, I would totally give it to you,